Hello students, we are going to start lesson 6, Weathering the Storm in Ersama of Moments, and the author of this chapter is Harsh Mandir. Weathering the Storm in Ersama. Weathering means facing. So, facing a storm in Ersama. Ersama, it's a place in Orissa. Now see, the cyclone that hit Orissa in October 1999 killed thousands of people and devastated hundreds of villages. Now, a cyclone storm, when it came in Orissa in October 1999, thousands of people were killed and hundreds of villages were destroyed. Now, for 2 dreadful nights, Prashant, a young man, was marooned on the roof of a house. And Prashant, who is a young man, who is a young boy, he has to spend 2 horrible nights on the roof of a house. Marooned means left out. On the third day, he decided to go to his village. Did he find his family? And on the third day, when the storm was there, third day he decided to go to his own village. Did he find his family? And we are going to, know this or confirm whether he was able to find his family or not. Now see, on 27 October 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Ersama, a small town in coastal Orissa, some 18 kilometers from his village, to spend the day with a friend. Now, on 27 October 1999, after 7 years of his mother's death, Prashant, he just went to the block headquarters of Ersama, which is a small town in coastal Orissa, and it is almost 18 kilometers away from his village. And he went there to spend the day with his friend. In the evening, a dark and menacing storm quickly gathered. But what happened in the evening? A dark and threatening storm started to come. Winds beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed before, and a strong wind started blowing. It started striking the houses with the speed and fury, in anger, ferociously, that Prashant had never seen before. This storm was so strong, so piercing, that Prashant had never seen earlier. A heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. Now, the rain was also heavy and incessant. Incessant means continual. It was raining heavily and continually, and filled the darkness. And it happens that when clouds come and it started raining, it becomes dark. So ancient trees were uprooted and crashed to the earth. Now ancient trees, very old trees, what happened to them? They just uprooted, came out with their roots, and broke to the, or fell and broke on the earth. Now screams rent the air as people and houses were swiftly washed away. Now rent here means tore apart. Now screams rent the air as people and houses were swiftly washed away. Now screams mean cry. So people, they started crying, and these cries, they filled the air. They were audible in the air because people and houses were fastly washed away in the storm water. The angry waters swirled into his friend's house neck deep. Swirl mean moved in circles. So the water started circling, and it just swelled into his friend's house, neck deep. The water filled in his friend's house neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind's velocity of 350 km per hour. Now this building, the house of his friend, it has been built of brick and mortar. Mortar mean that material cement and iron, and it was strong enough to survive the devastation, to face that destruction of the wind speed, which was 350 km per hour. But the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees. But the family, the cold terror of the family grew, but the family became too much afraid when, with the crashing of a tree, when a tree, crashing of trees that had got uprooted and fallen on their house. So they became, afraid when trees they uprooted and crashed, broke on and fell on the roof of their house. Now, sometime in the middle of the night, damaging its roof and walls, and it happened in the middle of the night, and the roof of the house and walls, they were also damaged. So what happened, that they became too much afraid when trees they started uprooting and crashing, falling on their house in the middle of the night. And this happening, or this incident, damaged the roof and walls of their house. That's all for today. Rest will do later.